Hey guys, good morning. Happy Thursday. It's Daryl here. It's 3 a.m. 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. It gets earlier every day. I get more and more excited and wound up about making these videos. All right, so you guys know my process. And this morning, I found the talking point for my video. Once again, I found it in the conservative media. Because we all know what happened overnight or yesterday. Trump was impeached a second time. The National Guard we got 15,000 National Guard in Washington at the Capitol. We all know this, how Trump reacted, storming around the White House. We all know those stories. So I'm looking for something that'll click with you guys, something that makes me think. And I found something. As I was going through the conservative media, I found a title, a caption on one of these media sites. It said, it talked about how Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez wants to start a ministry of truth. Now that caught my eye. Because I right off the bat, I thought, she didn't say that. And I got it. They're insinuating that she's a communist, and the ministry of truth sounds like a communist term. You see? So this got my attention. So what did she really say? So I looked at it, and you know what? It's a good question, and it's similar to what a couple columnists, like from the New York Post and Forbes, something from that Forbes said about deprogramming. They all presented a very good question moving forward. What do we do about disinformation? Okay, we're already looking through what might happen in the coming week. And there's a lot of people out there. I've been reading quotes and threats from groups that might plan on doing something. And they're so bizarre about wiping Democrats out of America, wiping the party of the Democratic Party out of America completely. And these theories with the letter in the alphabet. And, so Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez brought up a good point about do we form something in government to deal with what is the truth, regulating the truth. And I get what she's saying. And I might not, I hope I'm not misrepresenting what AOC said. But I get what she's saying. It's at the basis of the whole problem, the whole situation we're having right now. That 70% of Republicans or more don't believe that Joe Biden won the presidency. That's at the basis of all the problems we're going to have moving forward. As you guys saw my videos for last week when I tried to talk with Trump supporters, and then I had people saying, "Why are you banging your head against the wall, Daryl?" And I mentioned the term deprogramming back about 5 days ago, and it clicked with some commenters on my videos. And then now I'm seeing it in videos, or I'm seeing it on media sites where people are talking really about how do you deprogram Trump supporters. And of course, Trump supporters, that just feeds into the whole a lot of these people's theories, and so what AOC talked about, something in government to guarantee the truth to people. But the problem with that is it just feeds into the whole thing more, because the government is the basis is the boogeyman in all these things. So you really can't, it's a non-starter. You can't have the government come out and tell people what the truth is, because that's the whole problem. I'm not one of these theory people. I'm not. Like I said, the whole reason I'm not one of these conspiracy people is because I do look at all sides. I look at the conservative, the liberal, and everything in between. And then I sort out the facts for myself, and I trust my judgment. I get as much knowledge and information as I can, and I sort it out. I think the problem with conspiracy theories is you start getting to these echo chambers. where these people start to get curious, like, geez, that makes sense. That might be, and a lot of this goes back to the movies, like The Matrix, questioning what is real. I'm not blaming the movies. I'm not blaming entertainment. But as we move forward with technology, it gets harder to discern reality from non-reality. We have Elon Musk presenting these, and he's got a very, very believable point that we're all living in a simulation. And I'm not even sure if that might even be true. As our technology moves forward, like with virtual reality, it presents a huge problem that we start to lose track of what reality is. How do we deal with that moving forward? It's going to be a huge problem. It really is. And the whole thing is, you can't tell people. Forbes, before I get too far, Forbes magazine presented an excellent point that if it said to Trump supporters, or it said to companies out there, if you hire Trump supporters, we're going to question and pick through every single thing your company says, because Trump supporters can't be trusted. Now, this is definitely paraphrasing and paring down what Forbes said, but it presented a very good point. So over here, we have people that are questioning everything, and the more that you tell them that it's not the truth, that it's a lie, the more they believe that it's true. Like with what AOC was saying, if you set up a government agency to tell people what the truth is, it's going to make it even worse. It really is. So where's the answer? People have to come around. Like, I'll go to Bo the Fifth Column. He brought up the point that you can only change this. You can only change people's thinking. You can't tell them. You can't force them to believe anything. You have to change the way people think. And, they're going to have to come to this conclusion themselves. But it presents a very real problem that as we move forward into the future, it gets harder to discern what the truth is, what reality is. This is going to be I think this is at the basis of all this right now. It really is. Like I said, my biggest concern was that so many millions of people are going to go through the next 4 years not believing that Joe Biden won the presidency. And that bothers me. That concerns me. That's a huge, that's the biggest problem for our country, for democracy, for the United States as a country, is if people don't believe in it. If people start to question it's truth. We can't have that. How do you fix it? How do you tell what truth is even? How do you convince people? I don't know. It's something they have to come around with themselves. Do we have lie detector tests for everybody? Does everybody wear like a lie detector band on their? But what if you actually believe it? That wouldn't work. I'm just spitballing here, but if you don't know what the truth is yourself, then lie detectors won't work. Like Donald Trump probably actually believes that he won at this point. So in his mind, he's not lying. In his mind, he was really wronged. He doesn't, and this is it again. It all comes down to these echo chambers. If, that's, like I said, this is why I go through the conservative sites. I go through the liberal sites and everything in between, the far left, the far right, the middle. And then I sit here and I weed out logically what's really happening. And that for me, that makes me comfortable in using my own mind to figure out what is real and what isn't, what is truth and what isn't. I think it's when these people go down this road and start getting into these echo chambers on Facebook, on YouTube or Twitter or whatever, and they're only surrounding themselves with people that feed back into their own conception of what's real, and it gets deeper and deeper and more solid and concrete in their mind. That in itself is the answer to this problem. You need to present all the different opinions and lay them out for everybody and make sure that everybody sees all of the information, I think. And then like Bo was saying, their thinking hopefully their thinking, their logic will come around to what is real and what isn't. But it's going to be a big problem moving forward. Misinformation, conspiracy theories. What is real and what isn't. All right, I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a good Thursday.